Hey guys, I want to welcome you to the weekly Wednesday for the Financial Freedom newsletter, where every week, every Wednesday, we delve into something inspirational, motivational, something excerpt taken from the Financial Freedom weekly newsletter. Wherever you are, if you're listening on Spotify, on iTunes, Google, be sure to click the like, subscribe, share, comment. And without ado, let's get into the show. Welcome everybody to this week's podcast episode for the Financial Freedom for Physicians podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Christopher Liu. And as you know, I talk about 4 different types of freedom: time, financial, location, health freedom. And in that light, I'm always curious about people doing interesting things, digital marketers, entrepreneurs, changing the world. And I want to record those conversations and share that with you. So today we have a entrepreneur, digital marketer, Brandon Leibowitz. He is he's been involved with digital marketing since 2007. So that's actually the early days. And he's knowledgeable about SEO, social media marketing, Google Ads. So it's going to be really interesting. I've always been fascinated with this side with the analytics. So I'll let him introduce himself and we'll get started. So Brandon, welcome.
Thank you for having me on today.
Yeah, I know we had we met through Podmatch, and you have really interesting thing. And I've always been interested about analytics, data, SEO, Google, Facebook ads, all of that. So tell us more about yourself, how you got started, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, my name is Brandon Leibowitz, and I kind of fell into the digital marketing sphere. Wasn't planning on it, but got my degree in business marketing back in 2007. And after I got my first job, the first job I got out of school was helping a company with their digital marketing. And I didn't know much about it. They said, don't worry, we don't know much either. We're going to take you to classes and workshops and learn alongside with you. And after doing that for a few months, just realized that everyone is probably going to have a website in the future. And there's a lot of different ways to get traffic, but SEO is just a way to get free traffic. So I was helping out with like their social media. I was doing paid ads. I was helping out with email marketing. I was doing search engine optimization, and it all works to get traffic. But over the years, I just kind of honed in more on just the SEO side of things, just to tap into that free traffic that Google is willing to give out. And I've worked at different advertising agencies as a director of SEO, and before work or after work on my lunch breaks, I'd work on my own company and built it up to where I was able to quit my job and been focused on this solely after that.
Yeah, I love that story of entrepreneurs. They're like usually digital entrepreneurs, like either they create a website or a blog, or could be a social media channel, and they're just like, it's like they're tinkering away, and then all of a sudden they hit something, and then they work on it full time, and then they grow it. It's really interesting story. So one question I had was in this age of social media, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all of these platforms and channels. Why is SEO still important?
Well, SEO is search engine optimization, and that means ranking websites on Google or different search engines, which is really just Google nowadays. But when you search on Google, there's ads at the top. Those are all paid ads that you have to pay per click. So if someone clicks on your website and it says ad or sponsored, and that company is paying Google, could be a couple cents, could be a couple dollars per click, could be a couple $100 per click. It gets pretty expensive. So those ads are all paid right at the top, but below the ads is organic, the free listings. And that's where you don't have to pay per click. You rank there and you're getting that free traffic. And the majority of people start off by doing research on Google. And if you're not on Google, your competitors are going to be there taking that traffic from you.
Yeah, that's what I tell all my clients, especially social media, not necessarily SEO, but in like a lot of my clients, they don't like social media just because and then I'm like, if you're not on social media, your other businesses and competitors are. So that's why you need to be on it. So tell us more about idea of what are you seeing in terms of the trends for digital marketing these days?
I mean, everything is really shifted towards mobile. Everybody has a cell phone nowadays, or almost everyone is able to get a phone. Whereas in the past, you needed to buy a computer or desktop, laptop, and those are expensive. Whereas you get a iPhone 5, people are just kind of throwing them away. So everyone's able to get a phone, and there's Wi-Fi for free in different places. So that's connecting everyone and just making sure that everything looks good on mobile, that you have a website that's mobile friendly, that's optimized for mobile, because the majority of the traffic nowadays is going to come from mobile. And also video has been picking up. If you look at like everything on social, it's all kind of shifted towards video heavily. And if you could have a presence on using videos on YouTube or any other platforms, I think that's going to help out, because people's attention spans are pretty short nowadays, and gotta hook them somehow, and video is a good way to do that.
Yeah. And yeah, it's quite interesting because in the past it was everything was if you had a website you were fine, and then all of a sudden it went to blogging, and then it went to video, and then it went to like Facebook and Twitter, and so it's quite interesting. So this idea of right now, it used to be Instagram, used to be Facebook. What are some of the top social media sites to use?
I mean, there's so many social media sites, and new ones emerge. The biggest ones are like Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter. But what matters is who your audience is and where are they, because you don't need to be everywhere. You just need to be where your audience is at. That's number one. Is there might be a really small social media site out there, but it's all about what you're offering. That's where you need to be. So just because it's a big following doesn't mean it's going to get you clients or leads or sales. It's just going to maybe get more eyeballs on your content. But ultimately, it just comes down to where am I going to get conversions? And that's why you just got to take a step back, pretend you were looking for your product or service, and think, where would I be going? Am I going to be going on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, or maybe I'm going to go on Google or Yelp, or where would you go? And that's going to help you figure out where you need to be.
Yeah, and how do you turn your turn followers into sales? What kind of techniques and strategies do you use?
Well, that is also kind of tough, getting people off of social and onto your website. But you got to have some incentive, something to make them want to leave social media, because if they're on social media, they're there to connect with friends, family. They're not really there to shop. Some people might, but most people really aren't. They're there to kind of get away from the world for a little bit. But if you have an enticing offer or some incentive, saying like, if you go to my website right now, I'll offer 20% off discount. If you're selling e-commerce or if you're a service-based business, you could offer some sort of discount. But a lot of the platforms kind of lock you in, so it's tough to get people to leave. So that's where you just have to offer some incentive or have a bio that has something unique with a good call to action to really get people to leave social, which is not the easiest thing to do.
Uh-huh. So the idea is to take them, like use your social media platforms and convert them onto your website, and then increasing website sales and leads. What are you seeing?
Yeah, no, definitely. So everything is really to get people off of one website and onto your social media, is just to get people to your website, because you own your website. You don't own social media, and they could take you down or drop your reach and all these things. So you want to always send people to your website. And once they get to your website, then you got to make sure your website's optimized to convert that traffic into sales. And that's where you also got to just make sure everything's easy to find. It's all loads quickly. Make sure that you have a call to action at the top of your website. Make sure you have like a value proposition offering the benefits that they're going to get from using your product or service. Maybe have some bullet points, and make sure this is all at the top, that they don't have to scroll down to see any of this. This should be all at the top of the page, above the fold, because whatever you see above on the screen is called above the fold, and 70% of people will never scroll down or swipe on the website. So you have to have all the important information at the top, and that's going to really help out.
Yeah. Which is it. That's it's the other thing that you talk about is backlinks, and you talk about building backlinks safely. I didn't realize that backlinks could be unsafe, or tell us more about that.
Well, a backlink is a clickable link from another website that points to yours. So if you're reading an article in the latimes.com and it says Brandon Leibowitz, and you click on that and it goes to my website, I'd be getting a backlink from the latimes.com. So the more websites that link to you, the more trust Google gives to you, and then they're going to rank you higher in the organic search results. So in the past, it was a numbers game. If I have 100 backlinks and you have 200, you would rank higher than me. But now it's not the number of backlinks, it's the number of quality backlinks. And what is a quality backlink? quality backlink is just a website that's related to you. That's the biggest thing. So if you're a doctor and you're getting a backlink from a restaurant, that looks a little strange to Google. Like, why is a restaurant linking to a doctor? But if you're a doctor and you're getting a backlink from a health related website like WebMD, something like that, that makes a lot more sense. So you gotta find sites that are related to you, because if it's not related to you, Google's going to get thrown off and not really know what your page is about and potentially rank you for the wrong type of keywords.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So, and then when you talk about tracking website analytics, what tools and tips and strategies that you use?
There are a ton of different ways to track, but there's a free tool that Google gives out called Google Analytics. It's a free tool, and it will show you pretty much everything you want to know about your traffic, where they're coming from, how long they stay on your website, what page they visit, what pages they leave from, which like if you're a blog, you'd see which blogs get the most traffic. If you're an e-commerce website, you can see which products get the most traffic, and tells you a wealth of information. It's kind of like data overload, but the more data you have, the more information you're going to be able to get and make statistically informed decisions about your traffic and use that to better optimize your website. So I always tell people, you gotta be tracking everything. If you're not tracking, you're just kind of going at it blindly, not knowing what's working and what's not working, when all the data is there and it is free with Google Analytics.
Yeah. And what about setting up Google and Facebook ads? I know, that if you have that marketing and advertising budget, Google, Facebook ads, what sort of trends are you seeing? Because these platforms are getting quite expensive. So are you seeing like more content marketing or more organic marketing, or are you seeing like Instagram ads, or I know YouTube and LinkedIn had those as well?
It just depends on where your audience is. Again, you don't need to be everywhere. You need to just be where your audience is at. So usually most people are going to start by searching on Google. So you can run some Google ads but there's also video ads that Google owns YouTube, and those ads are much cheaper. They're actually free for 30 seconds on YouTube. So if you watch a video ad on YouTube and you skip it after 29 seconds, that company doesn't pay a penny. After 30 seconds, then they pay like 5 or 10 cents. I mean, there's a ton of different ways to set up YouTube, but you can get free advertising, and it's all about just finding your audience and finding lower cost per click type or lower cost ads, because Google ads are going to be expensive, but there's a ton of different ads that Google offers, like banner ads, video, discovery, and all these other topics or other types of ads that are much cheaper. They're not cheap, but they're a lot cheaper than the search ads, which could be $10, $50 per click, and those are very expensive.
Yeah, it's if you're a digital marketer and you know these things and you know how to like get traffic and attention very easily and very cost effectively, you can do wonders. So tell us where all this fits in terms of it looks like email marketing, that's kind of the email list, and that seems like it's another strategy in addition to ads and social media marketing, SEO, and all of that.
Email is the most effective because look at how much spam you get every single day, but you got to collect emails, and that's the tough part. How to get people's email addresses. Once you get the emails, then you got to offer them value. If you're just promoting yourself, you're going to get unsubscribed. So you got to offer value to your email list and nurture them, and just give good content. Never promote yourself. Just give that value, because once you start promoting yourself, you lost people. They're not going to trust you anymore.
Yeah. Lastly, it's been a great conversation. How can people find you, follow you? I know you're on YouTube, and contact you.
Yeah, so for everyone that wants to learn more, I create a special gift for them. If they go to my website, SEOoptimizers.com, that's SEOoptimizers.com/gift. They can find that gift there, along with my contact information and a bunch of classes I've done over the years. I've thrown up there for free. And also, if they want to book some time on my calendar for a free website analysis from an SEO point of view, I'm happy to do so, and they can book some time on my calendar there.
Yeah. And for all the listeners out there, Brandon's resources will be in the links and show notes. Thanks so much for coming on, and it's been a great conversation, and hopefully the audience got motivated or inspired or had some key takeaways. So thanks so much, and we look forward to hearing about your future success.
Thank you for having me on today.
that wonderful, inspirational, motivational piece. Again, wherever you are listening, if you liked it, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. We're on everywhere: Spotify, iTunes, Google, Amazon, Audible. And without much ado, be sure to thank this show's sponsors, and we'll see you next week.